Hi, I'm Hannah. I have way too many lipsticks, but I have less than I started this month with, so that's cool. I actually made myself a list. Usually I don't have any kind of notes because I'm disorganized, but I had so much action with my lip wardrobe in February that I needed to keep track of it. For the past couple months, I've been choosing an assortment of lipsticks of like 8 to 11 lipsticks to use throughout the month to get some use out of, to try to find some new combos, to see if I want to keep them in my collection. This month, I said in the beginning of the month that I might decide to switch it up around February 20th. Today's February 19th, and I am more than ready. It's been the shortest amount of time that I've had a group of lipsticks, but it's felt like I've been using these for so long, so I'm so ready. So I started with 11 on my list. As you could see in the video, I think it's titled like January Lip Wardrobe Review and February Preview, something like that. I had Colourpop Mwah, Lime Crime, True Love, Suedeberry, Raven, and Cupid, Colourpop Schnookums, Kat Von D, or KVD Vegan Beauty I should say, Bow and Arrow and Requiem, Colourpop Lip Liner in Oh Snap, Kylie Liner in Dirty Peach, and the e.l.f. Pout Perfector. Of those 11 that I started with, I still have 7 of them in my life. In my declutter that I posted the other day, I ended up decluttering Lime Crime, Suedeberry, and Raven, and Colourpop Schnookums and the e.l.f. Pout Perfector. The Colourpop ones were because they just kind of like felt old. The Colourpop one was very bright and it didn't make me feel confident, and the e.l.f. Pout Perfector was just like super glittery, and I didn't like the effect of it on my lips. So I'll swatch these out and I'll talk about them, and then we'll talk about the adjustments and replacements that I added in throughout these last 19 days. So this one is Colourpop Mwah. It's like a reddish hot pink. I have stains on my hand as per usual. This one I used maybe once or twice, and I determined that it smelled a little off. It felt kind of old. So this one I'm actually going to declutter. Next up is Lime Crime True Love. A lot of my other Lime Crimes seem too old, but this one still seems like it's holding on to me. It is like a more neon color than I recalled. I'm wearing this in one of my Valentine's Day looks. You know, it's not my favorite lipstick by any means, but I do like it and it's holding up. Cupid, I actually talked about in my declutter and I was going to get rid of it, and at the last minute I kind of changed my mind about it. I felt like I hadn't given it a fair chance. I'd only used it in combination with that Schnookums color, so it felt very bright. I wasn't sure if I liked it. I'm still not the biggest fan of the formula. I don't know how long this color has in my collection left, but I did use it on its own in the intro of my Valentine's Day looks video, and I liked it on its own, even though the formula is not my favorite and I probably wouldn't purchase it today. Requiem and Bow and Arrow from KVD. I really like this combo. I'm not really sure what I want to do because these do feel like they're getting there. Like they're not yelling at me to throw them out just yet, but they're definitely not fresh lipsticks. I did look and they sell Bow and Arrow now in like a mini size, which I think I might buy. But the thing with Requiem is I would have to order it from the KVD site, and something about having to get the full size of this when I'm only gonna have a mini of the one that I like more, it just doesn't sit right with me. So I've been looking into options. I might end up trying to replace this with maybe some kind of lavender gloss. Because also on top of that, if I buy from the KVD site, I'm nervous that it's gonna be super old. You know, years ago before their scandal, I'm sure they were producing really large quantities, and then I'm sure that the sales dropped. This is on sale on their website for $5 now. There's a good chance that it was made in like 2017, and I don't want to buy a new lipstick that was made that long ago. The fact that these are in the smaller packaging gives me some kind of assurance that it was made more recently. But I don't know, I'm also wearing this combo in one of my Valentine's Day looks. I really like it. I don't know. It's staying for now. And then there's just these 2 liners. I'll swatch them over here. That's Dirty Peach from Kylie. This is Oh Snap from Colourpop. I know I like these, they were good. So after I decided that Mwah was going to be eventually decluttered, I did add in Red Velvet from Lime Crime. And this one I've had for a long time also, but it doesn't feel that old. It's not yelling at me yet. It's a super pretty red. I remember when I first got this from my cousins for Christmas, I wore it to a Bernie Sanders rally. So it was in like, they probably gave it to me for Christmas in 2015, and then I probably wore it in early 2016, but I got so many compliments that day. And I thought it was funny because it's like, It's just a red lipstick, but there's something special about this kind of red. And when I wore it a couple times, I wore it in the video where I'm talking about Married at First Sight and Britney Spears. It is just like a really nice special red. I also added in Minnie from Kylie. This is one of the velvet lipsticks, so I really like that formula. And this one has served me well also. I do really enjoy this. This is Cedar Later from Wet n Wild. This is one of the products that I kept around even when I was getting rid of a lot of my Wet n Wild products after their controversies. That's a horrible swatch. But either way, I'm here to report that I'm getting rid of this. When I originally kept it, I felt like it was a more unique shade than I think of it now. I think that my Elfa and Alyssa Ashley gloss is kind of similar. I think I have a gloss called Netta from Colourpop that's kind of similar. This just doesn't excite me, it doesn't do it for me. I don't need it, it's getting decluttered. And then the last one that I had added in is Come On Sis from Colourpop. This is the collab with Shayla, and this is a super nice shade. I really like that. This is what I'm wearing over the Dirty Peach liner right now. So yeah, I guess all in all, for this first phase of February, I tried out 15 of my lipsticks. I'm keeping 9 of them. I already decluttered 4 of them, and I'm decluttering 2 more right now. So I feel like that's pretty successful. I'm gonna clean up my hand, and then we'll talk about what's on the table for the rest of February and the start of March. So for this phase, where I'm gonna be using these until around March 10th, and then I'll switch it over again for my official March lipsticks, I chose 9, and I'm pretty excited about these. I feel like the past couple months, I've been giving myself at least some more funky colors, and mostly in like the red or bright family. And here my more out there colors are like a brown and a mustard, and less mattes than I've been giving myself recently. So that's really exciting too, because I'm so sick of mattes. To start, we have a matte. This is Lolita 2 from KVD. I love this shade. This one, it does smell like a little bit not the happiest. I guess we'll see once I wear it a couple times this month how it performs. I am considering buying this in the smaller packaging also. It's like a super pretty terracotta kind of color. This is Taurus from Colourpop. This is like the matte Lippie Stix formula, but a matte bullet lipstick is never as uncomfortable as a matte liquid lipstick. Super pretty brown color. This is 710 from Melt. I'm actually super excited about this. I've never really worn this out. I think I tried it on when I first got it, but that was it. I thought this is such an interesting, unique color. It might look really nice mixed in with the brown, but also maybe with one of my lip liners that's upcoming. This is a gloss from Wet n Wild. This is Pout of Paradise. It's really cute packaging. It has like a zigzag design and hummingbirds on the lid. It was limited edition a couple years ago. And that's it there. Kind of like a bright orange, but I think it'll mix in nicely with a lot of these tones. This is the only other matte. This is Take 5 Ultra Matte Lip from Colourpop. This is a shade that I really like. It's kind of more of like a mauve tone than Lolita 2 is. This is Dreamy Ultra Satin Lip from Colourpop. I think this is kind of like a brighter version of Lolita 2 in a way. Yeah. This is Magic Wand Ultra Satin Lip from Colourpop. I love this color. I'm sure I've had this for way too long at this point, but we'll see how it goes this month. I really like that. And the 2 liners that I'm tossing in, this is Kristen from Kylie. I really love this one. I've worn this one all over my lips several times before when I want to wear the shade, but I don't want the harshness of the liquid lipstick, which I also have. I thought that might play in really nicely with these colors. And this is BFF2 from Colourpop. More of a brownie option. I'm actually super excited about this range. I feel like most of the formulas will go together really well. I think there's such like an interesting variety of lip looks I'll be able to get with this. So if you want to see these in action, make sure you're checking out my upcoming videos because I'll be wearing these up until around March 10th. So that's everything for today. If you enjoyed this kind of using what you have content, be sure to give me a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
Big gun.